begin with, I didn't really know anything about it at all. I didn't know it even existed.
I didn't know what to expect. Like, I learned about it, but I really didn't know.
It was such a diverse group of people. It was like you would never have seen them kind of hanging out together, and they were working together.
How it started? Well, it started in the mid-90s when there were changes to the healthcare system coming up, and where a group of really bright and interested people got together and said, there's an opportunity to help people in a much broader sense as far as health is concerned.
By making a video, you've got real faces, I guess, attached to the work they do, and real work attached to the time they're spending with those people.
The main goal is to improve the health and well-being of the communities by using a community development approach.
Their mandate is to help increase community capacity and resources.
We use community resources, and I mean resources is human resources, material resources, everything that is available. We facilitate process for people to use those resources and use their skills and talents to organize actions.
My role as the volunteer coordinator is to recruit volunteers.
That means that people use their skills, their knowledge, talents to create activities that would improve their health and well-being.
The community initiatives are basically run by community volunteers.
Voices from Our Neighborhoods began with the initiative of one of the agencies, Action for Healthy Communities. And it was the idea of that agency to basically do a community development process in each of the 10 neighborhoods involved. My role today is the role of cafe host, and that particular title refers to the fact that we're using a dialogue method called the World Cafe. The purpose of the dialogue today is to have community members do some visioning around the type of community that they basically would like to see. The World Cafe dialogue process is being used internationally now. It came into being about 10 years ago. It's been found to be a very successful approach to having people hold conversations in small groups around questions that matter to them.
What we do in our community development process, we try to build community capacity.
We can help them to develop the skills and abilities they need to form groups that can address issues directly themselves. They can start projects, and through learning how to work as a team to implement those projects, and through figuring out what resources they need for those projects, and then to get out and get those resources, they become stronger people, they become a community.
I think it's a great organization because they work with people in the community who want to get something going rather than deciding this is what this community needs and we're going to put it in place. They're listening to people in the community about what they think the community needs.
What we do, the staff, is facilitate process for people to come together and share their ideas. First, analyzing what are the problem issues that they are facing, and then looking for solutions and taking action.
A lot of the work they do is thought of as what we say is invisible work. So they're working with people, they're increasing people's resources and skills to get things going.
I also look at recruiting volunteers, different activities like fundraising committees, multicultural gathering committees, and ensure that we have at least the human resource to cover up where staff is limited.
I have been involved with Action for Her Community for about 10 years already as a volunteer.
We got some seed funding from Action for Healthy Community. We use those seed funding to help them to create some initiative program. Right now I'm trained as an animator.
I've been in a dance group for a year, and I've becoming more involved in the community.
As an animator, you will help them to listen to them, to find the need of them, and what they can do for themselves.
and I get to meet new friends. I like to wear the costumes. It's kind of neat. I like to dance. I can move my body to the music. And I like my dance teachers.
A year and a half ago, we started with the idea with the dance group with involved people with disability.
We don't get to get out a lot, and I think it's a good thing that I'm more active, because with disability people, they get sheltered in a home and they don't get to do as much as I do.
Everyone's equal. In my opinion, and everybody else's, I think everyone should be equal and be treated equally.
I think for disability people, they need to see what they can do, because we are human, and I think we need more credit, because we can do stuff. Don't get us wrong, we can do stuff.
This group actually its name is Flower Kitchen. The reason for initiate this program is that we want to make healthy food for the community people at low cost and use the local material. And meanwhile, we want to develop friendship, mutual support, and help language a little bit.
So the performer of this dance are actually a Melody Singers Club. But people will ask, since you are the Singers Club, how come you have a dancing group? I say, we start with a choir, but in order to create more variety, we start with the dancing group a year ago.
Fix it, trash it, change it, melt, upgrade it, chart it, point it, zoom it, press it, snap it, work it, quick erase it, write it, cut it, paste it, save it, load it, check it, quick rewrite it, plug it.
This is our last fashion club meeting.
Leave it, start, format it, buy it.
We're basically just a bunch of youth. None of us really knew each other, and then now we all got together and we're thinking of a name, and then I think it was Cass who made up the name Friend Z, like Friend Z. So that's how that came. And then it's worked, and we all just get along really well, and we're just making some good clothes, like this little number right here.
I've always made clothes because I learned how to do it when I was in junior high. So I've just known how to do that. So over the time, we've been showing them how to sew now. They know how to alter their clothes. They've gotten a lot more creative.
They get to meet new people and how to work with them. They get a lot. They get pizza. We were born in Moldova. It's between Ukraine and Romania, and we came to Canada almost 1 year ago. I have been doing a lot of stuff like designing clothes, different ideas. It's a lot of fun, and home, like just watching TV and going on the internet, it's not like that fun.
The Fashion Club is the one group that's really cohesive. The whole group meets, they work together, they make clothes, and they're all going to be involved in the final product at Yes Fest.
We're making some shirts, some last minute touch-ups, and then we did a run-through of our fashion show that we're going to be having on Saturday.
We're figuring out each person, what they're going to wear, and how to describe it, and the way it should sound. Thank you. It was a long sleeve shirt, and then it's going to be a tube top. They're all gonna, model, and they get their 15 minutes of fame or 30 seconds of fame, whatever it happens to be. And then, we'll just have a really good time.
I like it. I think people are going to like it.
Surf it, scroll it, pose it, click it, cross it, crack it, twitch, update it, technologic.
I'm the Youth Project Coordinator at Action for Healthy Communities. Our festival is called Yes Fest. It's the Youth in Edmonton Skills Festival. And the goals of Yes Fest are to get a group of 20 youth together to plan their own event that will bring youth from the communities together with other community members. We have 20 youth leaders right now who've been working since October, planning and preparing for the festival that's coming up in June. The hope is that at the festival, youth will realize that while they are an important community, there's a bigger community out there that they should get involved in.
On the Saturday, it's going to be everything. There's going to be a graffiti wall, have the fashion show, and there's going to be the talent night where lots of the different dance groups are going to perform. Some youth have made a movie, so we're going to be screening a film.
Just we can make a difference. It doesn't matter like how small or like how much time you give in. You can make a difference, you know.
It's all about the kids. Everything was about the kids. You know, it was their ideas. They could do what they want.
For me, I think it's very important that the kids come out and see a positive way of having fun. Because there's a lot of things that are fun that aren't necessarily positive on your life. So it's good to come out, and they can come out, they can see people having fun, but doing it in a positive way.
So a bunch of youth got together and they decided, oh, we wanted to make this movie. The project is a short film exploring the trials and tribulations, joys and successes, and the often comedic situations that immigrant and refugee youth are faced with once they arrive to Canada.
This event was an effort between Diane and Healthy Alberta Communities and Action for Healthy Communities to encourage people to come into Norwood and see what it's like and promote physical activity in this community. We're focused on working with communities like Norwood to create healthier places to live.
It's just to bring like the community together, just to have everyone come out and just enjoy themselves. Yeah, it's just to bring like the communities like Central Edmonton together.
Community awareness and to show that it's a walkable community and that people can get out in their community.
There's a lot more to this area than I knew. It's great place to come and visit and live.
Fun event. It's been kind of difficult because we sort of threw this together about a month and a half ago, and just sort of went, well, what can we do, what we need.
Just everyone forgets about like, you know, even though everyone's different and everything, they can just come together and just enjoy themselves and have a good time. A walk like this or a run like this in this community might expose people to the fact that they're seeing people out walking, they could probably get out and go for a walk too.
You know, I mean, we got a perfect setting, we got a fantastic indoor space, got an awful lot of participants. We had some people out, we had some fun. You know, neighbors that came out to kind of take a look and see things. Some cars sort of slowed down, honked at you and waved.
Seemed like they were smiling. At least we got a smile out of them when we ran by, so that was cool.
Supporting us all the way.
Yeah,
so nice.
A lot of support.
It does a lot for the runners. Makes them feel good.
Over the long term, if people start making healthier choices in their day-to-day lives, yeah, we can reduce chronic disease.
You can do it today. You only.
Fertility Awareness Charting Circle started a couple years ago as a way to bring people together to sort of learn fertility awareness. So fertility awareness being basically a method of understanding what your body is doing at any given time. It's giving you signals telling you, okay, you're not fertile right now, you're fertile, you're not fertile again. And that's kind of every woman experiences those signs of fertility. So it's just kind of strange. To us, we think that people aren't taught how to recognize them.
So FAC really essentially now is a group that works mainly in Central Edmonton and focuses on Central Edmonton. The SEED grant has enabled us to take training through a holistic reproductive health practitioner who is basically giving us a very affordable rate to take training to be able to provide public workshops on a nonprofit basis in central Edmonton.
Anybody who wants to volunteer is open. We're open to inviting them to volunteer with us. This is open to any members of the public, and it's a free service to members of the public. Basically, there are a series of different cues, I guess, if you will, that your body gives. For women, those things vary with your estrogen and progesterone cycles over the course of the month. To teach women, like Kate said, stuff that you see every day, something that's part of our bodies, but we don't learn how to use it. There's a lot of research behind it. There's a lot of good information that's out there. It's just largely ignored. So we're trying to bring that to people and to do it in a way that makes it accessible for anybody. So it's sort of making people healthy from the very most basic sense, instead of trying to fix things when they go wrong.
It's been covering and touching things that you feel should be, universal and known, but unfortunately aren't.
So people coming together as a community to improve their health.
It's a very open concept.
The community development is more as a kind of social movement that people act together and collectively to address their own issues.
We keep trying to provide more opportunities for more people from different backgrounds to get to know each other, to get to work together, so that they can develop those bridges, so that they know their communities.
Our culture here in Edmonton is not so community-oriented. Thinking collectively is something that is learned. So our culture is based mainly in individualism. We are looking for our own needs, our family needs the most, individual things. That's why it's important for us to be very inclusive and bring people together with different skills, abilities, cultures.
People are just mentally healthier if they are connected to a broad population, if they know a bunch of people, if they can say hello to their neighbor and know their neighbor. They're just calmer, they're healthier, they're happier, and they can move forward with their lives better.
Spring brings the rain, with winter comes pain.
So that's our role at Action for Healthy Communities, facilitate that process and looking for resources to complement what the community doesn't have.
Doing this project brought me to realize how important communities are and just to recognize what communities are in my life.
For me, it's very rewarding to help the community build up their capacity.
Oh yeah, Action for Healthy Communities is good with networking.
It's fantastic is what it is.
It's been a real blessing.
It was really special, and it's great to see something getting lifted off the ground like that. You know that in the years to come, it'll only get bigger.
And communities are important, and I think it's amazing that there's an organization that exists that can bring people together and recognize that strength.
Look at over there. That's pretty cool, eh?
There's lots of really nice people involved with this, and you can see everybody's working together, and I certainly would like to be a part of that.
Cool. It was all really fun.
A few months ago, we had a gathering. We had an Aboriginal person come and join us, and at the end of the evening, she was talking to a Salvadoran fellow, and they were animated, and they were both recognizing that they had the same things that they were fighting against, the same things they were fighting for, the same needs for their community, and the same joys and goals that they were striving towards. And they went out with each other's phone numbers in their hands and talking a mile a minute, and that for me is just, that's it.
you're talking to me.
Yeah, so I can.
I'm bounce guy because I'm short of staff.
I'm never where I wanna be.